Let's tie this bait fish. Get the new hook locked into the vise here. We're going to tie most of this, well, all of this is really going to be tied right up at the head of the hook. So get that thread, just start a nice little base of it for the materials to hold on to. I like to start with the white on the underbody, the underside there. So I'm going to take these materials, try to find the straightest ones maybe in the pack. That'll help a little bit here. On the bottom side, I kind of like to double this over a little. So I'm gonna actually tie it in twice here. Well, not twice. I'm gonna tie it in here, and I'll keep this right up by the front. Tie it in a couple wraps there. Then I'm gonna just back it over itself and tie it down a second time. Get that pinched down a little tighter. Right there. That little extra piece, you can see that loop up front. I'm just going to come in and trim that. There's a couple right there. And we're going to take the pink one, same thing, see if we can kind of find some straighter pieces. Try to match up those ends, maybe pull them through a little bit to see if you get any strays that kind of come out and you can kind of re-grab them again. Now this time what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come up towards the front of this and I'm going to trim those ends off there. So now when I tie it in, I've got a definite end there. Bring that down, tie that in, and then we go to the green. Same thing. There's kind of some purple in this too. That's kind of nice. Pull this out, get a bunch of that, and just kind of play with it here in my hands to try to straighten it out from the package that it was in. Once I get that done, I'm going to come in and do the same thing on the front. I'm going to kind of hold it with my hands, and then I'm going to make sure I've got enough length of it, but then I'm going to trim off the front of it. Give me a nice clean spot to tie down. And now we're just going to build up a thread head here. Okay, with that thread head there, come in with the whip finisher and finish that head off here. Cut that thread. Pull out some of the loose ones there. You're always going to have some loose ones on this fly here. Next we're going to want to put these eyes on. And these eyes are sticky to an extent. So I'm going to put that right about there. Turn it over and do the other one. You're going to want to put some super glue on them to hold them in place a little bit better. I'm actually going to use some resin that Wild Water Fly Fishing has. So this resin, this is a UV resin. I'm just going to come in and put a small drop between the top here and underneath the bottom. Get the cap back on that stuff, and take my bodkin here and just kind of run it around the threads a little bit. And now hit it with the UV light. That'll help lock in the thread, help hold the eyes on. That should be good there. Now I'm going to come in and trim this. I'm actually going to take it off the vise for that. Just be a little easier to get to. So the original one here, we'll look at that. It's just, you know, kind of baitfish shaped. So we're going to come in with this one and do the same thing. There it is, the baitfish.